Hey everybody, today is Friday, December 5th, and we have Miss Oakley's pups here. Look how much they have grown. These guys are on the move. So as I talk, you're gonna hear them get up and get around and kind of get excited because I'm talking. So you're gonna see them get active. These pups have had a meal, and so they're in the weaning process. You can actually see some of the kibble that's spilled. Mr. Orange is demonstrating he's the cleanup crew. So Miss Pink, she may just hang out. She may have eaten enough that she's like, I'm just gonna sleep through the rest of the afternoon with everything that she ate. We got Mr. Black, Mr. Red, Mr. Orange is demonstrating some of our obstacle stuff. He's playing around. So we have a few of these obstacles in here for them to play with. And these guys are 4 weeks old, and you can see how much of a change has happened since the last video. These guys can get up, they can get around, they can play, they can run around and wrestle with each other, challenge each other, play fight, those types of things. So those challenges and wrestling matches, things like that, those are all normal, expected puppy behaviors, and these guys are able to manifest those. So during the next week, we're gonna watch these puppies go through a pretty big transition in their life. A big milestone that's gonna be happening this next week is they're gonna start establishing their hierarchy. What that means is the pups are gonna start to say who's the leader and who's the followers. And each one is going to take turns kind of trying to test the waters with the other ones to see who can do what, who can get away with what, and who has the most confidence and ability and, you know, different type of behaviors and personalities, things like that. So as we prepare for Miss Oakley's selection video, these guys are going to be going through that transition, and we're going to start sharing some of our observations with you. We've got a challenge right here happening. We got Mr. Red and Black. This biting each other and things like that, that's totally normal. All the puppies take turns munching on each other, and that's something that we expect. In reality, we think it's mean for a puppy to bite another puppy, but that is a normal social thing that they do so that they can learn how to have a soft mouth. So these guys learn bite inhibition by being bitten by each other. So in theory, the weaning process with these pups is going very well. They are down to 1 meal a day with Oakley, and so these guys are capable, in theory, of being away from mom. And basically, being separated from mom. In theory, it's a bad idea to do this, but they could go home. They could be separated from mom and survive. Physically, they're capable of doing that because they can now eat their solid foods and things like that. Socially and emotionally, we don't want them to go home too soon because there's some critical social behaviors that they're going to start to learn as they bite each other, wrestle each other, and things like that. So puppies that go home too soon end up having more psychological issues and training problems and things like that throughout their life. So having them here with us for the next 3-4 weeks, they're going to be going through that psychological and emotional transition, maturation process as they figure out their social skills and things like that. So watch them as they bite each other. I tell families, don't feel like that one puppy never gives it out. They all give it out and they all receive it. So just because you see one pup not giving it out doesn't mean they don't do it. It simply means that I didn't catch them on camera doing it. So right now this is actually a good instance because there's like a whole group of them right there kind of munching on each other. So they were perfect examples of what I was trying to illustrate with communicating those things to you. So some of the things we tell families is, you know, you can watch the videos, but we don't catch everything on video. And so you might see one pup kind of being more mellow, like Miss Pink at the moment. And their energy level, and we got orange and black, kind of feeling a little bit zippy. Their energy level is not consistent throughout the day. It largely depends on who slept last, how much they ate, and those types of things. So you might see one puppy kind of mellow and another puppy kind of wild, and it's more due to their eating schedule and their sleeping schedule more than their actual like energy levels at this age. So puppies at this age, they have about a 15, 20, 30-minute gas tank where they will play, and then they want to take a nap, lay down, and go to sleep. And then they take a nap, and then they wake up, they get a drink, they eat something, and then they play. So it's kind of a constant rotation between those events throughout the day. So we have some new updates to share with you about these pups. I've got my notes right here, so I'm going to park this camera right here and then start giving you guys the rundown of where these pups are at. So give me a second to get my little tripod configuration set up for us, and I'll try not to tip the camera over, and I'm going to get the pups up close to the camera and give you a better view of them. If I hang the camera down too close to the pups while they're playing, then it kind of backfires on me because I end up getting a puppy nose or something like that in the lens, and then it's smeared, and the rest of the video doesn't turn out as good. So we're going to start with Miss Pink. Top of the list, girls first. Come here, Miss Pink. Come show off. You get to be the star of the show. So Miss Pink, they're at their 4-week-old mark now, and she is 4.6 pounds. So Miss Pink is not the smallest out of this group of 6. She has 2 brothers that are very close to her size at 4.62. Mr. Orange, here's a spoiler alert, Orange is 4.62 pounds, Red is 4.78. Gray happens to be the smallest out of the crew at 4.23. So none of these guys are runts by any stretch. This is a normal size range for these guys. Mr. Black, he's above average at 5.7 pounds, and Green is 5.2 pounds. So that's the whole rundown of weight. We expect pups to gain about a pound a week at this age, and going through the weaning process, they actually dip down in weight for just a little bit. Mama's milk is so calorie dense that when they start the weaning process, they don't eat quite as much calories from their solid foods. Mr. Green, you're next. They don't eat quite as much solid foods as they did calories from mama's milk. So they actually dip down in weight for about a day and a half, 2 days, maybe 3 days, as they're getting transitioned over to their solid foods, and we're giving mom a break and things like that. So these guys are back on the upswing from that little momentary plateau in their weight process. But Mr. Green, he's 5.2 pounds, and so he's a good sized boy. Pups at the 4-week mark, we kind of expect them to be in the 3.5 to 4.5 pound range. That's kind of what would be normal. And so at the 5 pound mark, he's a little bit above average on his weight size. Being a litter of 6, that's somewhat part of that. There's just not quite as many pups to compete for some of the milk levels and things like that. So he's doing well. Mr. Black, come here. Come here, Mr. Black. See if I can coax him over. Good boy. Yeah, did you? I don't know if you caught that. He was off to the side, and I got his attention, and he responded. So we pay attention to some of that stuff. How curious are they? A curious pup is often a pup that learns quick and picks up on things. So we will oftentimes try to get their attention, and simply their curiosity gets them to respond to us, and that's how you can train a pup, is to maximize that curiosity level that they have. Mr. Black is demonstrating that. He's not trained to come to me, but I was able to get his attention and pique that curiosity so that he would come. So Mr. Black, he's 5.7 pounds. He's the big boy of the crew, and you can tell he's got the chubbies to show, don't you? So that is Mr. Black. Orange is fast asleep over here. Pups at the moment are kind of claiming this side for their nap time area. I'm going to bring Orange and Gray a little closer. They might come over here and sleep. So one of the things with these obstacles is it's a good little seat for us, but also these obstacles serve as a place where the pups can hang out and go to sleep. And it's a little bit of a crate conditioning simulator that these little cutouts afford us as the pups start to go to sleep inside. So Mr. Orange, 4.62 pounds, as I mentioned earlier. Not one of the biggest boys, but not super small either. So how you doing, Mr. Orange? Yeah, did I wake you up from your nap? Are you tired? Want to go back to sleep? I'll let you down. Okay, Orange. Okay, Mr. Red, which way did you go? He's one of the ones that went to sleep in here. I'll see if I can coax him out. Come here. Come on. Can you come out? Good boy. I don't know if you caught that. I've got both cameras running, so hopefully you caught that on one of those cameras. So I did the same thing with Mr. Red. He's not capable of coming to recall, but I got his curiosity piqued, so I could get him to coax him out. So, and we've got the puppies sharing this room with Miss Daffodil as she starts the weaning process with her pups. So Miss Daffodil's on the other side. So if you hear other pups or Daffodil in the background, that's who's over there. So Mr. Red, 4.78 pounds, and just as cute as can be. Aren't ya? Yes. So that's Mr. Red, and last but not least, Gray went back to sleep. Over here, he's got a couple of his brothers and sister wrestling right on him. Oops, sorry, Mr. Green. As I shifted my weight, I barely caught Mr. Green's toe under the side of my shoe. So, how are you, Mr. Gray? How are you? You doing good? Man, you were tired. Your siblings were wrestling right over the top of you, and you were sleeping through it. So 4.23 pounds is Mr. Gray. Just as cute as they come, like the others. These guys are doing really well. He's got a little bit of a wet, I don't know if that showed up on the camera, but one of his siblings dripped on him some water. So a little bit of wet spot on his patch of fur. So this is Mr. Gray. These guys are 4 weeks old. That's the whole crew. I'm going to pick the camera back up and walk around again and kind of wrap up this video here. So this upcoming week is a big week for these guys because they're going to be selectable at the 5-week-old mark. Then we share all of our observations. This point forward, this next week, the last few days, and this next week are gonna tell us novels about these guys. There's so much that's gonna be changing, and They're going to be demonstrating so many things about their personality. So we're going to start paying close attention to all of that and letting families know what we figure out as these pups grow. So we share that with the pick video at the 5-week-old mark. And in that pick video, we tell you our observations of the pups' behaviors up to that point. And it's not one of those things where these pups are not set in stone. This is simply their personalities up to this point in their life. And the wonderful thing about a Vizsla is they are so intelligent and they are so people motivated and oriented to bond with people, and they aim to please, that you can mold the puppy you want to create. So if there's a puppy that you can bond with, then you can train it. A little bit of patience and the right skill sets make all the difference when it comes to creating the puppy that you're hoping for in your home. So the Vizsla is a naturally energetic breed, so creating calm is very possible with the Vizsla, and not accidentally reinforcing. Who we got in here? Who went in here? Oh, they snuck out the other side yet? Nope, they're still in here. Not accidentally reinforcing kind of the wild side of the Vizsla is important. That's going to help you create the calm that you're looking for. There's lots of wonderful YouTubers that talk significantly about creating calm in a puppy and not accidentally reinforcing a puppy's natural inclination to kind of be a little bit of a Tasmanian devil, a little bit of a spaz, a little bit wild, things like that. So there's lots of things you can do to reinforce calm, and that's going to be a significant variable in your success bringing your puppy into your home. And then the other thing is helping your puppy. I think one of the basics of training is just teaching a puppy, what no actually means, and creating that sense of there's the right thing to do and then there's the wrong thing to do. And once they figure out the no command, then they can start playing the hot and cold game with you. Are they getting hot? Are they doing what they should or not? Are they getting cold? So once they figure out the no command, and once you can help reinforce the calm, then you can keep their attention and maximize your time of training with them and have a wonderful experience with raising your puppy to become the puppy and the dog, the companion that you're hoping for. So Miss Oakley's pups are doing wonderful. We're pleased to share the progress of where these guys are at with you, and we will put together another playtime video that's more in depth about them, so you can see them playing more. We're going to do some additional video of some playtime with them, and then on top of that video we'll do the final pick video. It won't be the last video that we do of them, but it'll be the next video before we actually do the pick process and the selection process. And so, who we got in here? I think we got Miss... Nope, this is Miss Pink. Somebody's demonstrating that they like to crash inside of here for their nap. So, that's a good thing. And we've got a couple of the others out here tuckered out, starting their nap. Miss Pink is trying to decide where she wants to go for her nap, or why there's nobody out to play with her. She was the last one awake to wrestle with, and now she's the last one to go to sleep. So this is kind of a good example of what I was talking about earlier. She was kind of mild to start with, and now she's fully awake and having a challenge match. Look at her go. So that's the normal expected challenge match. So So even though Miss Pink, on the small side of things for some of these other pups, kind of the middle of the ground, but she holds her own with her siblings. So she's got a lot of spunk, a lot of personality with her. So, and these guys are really starting to slow down. Thanks for watching today's video with Oakley's 6 puppies, and we'll keep you posted as we make their next updates. Thanks for watching.